Start.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good morning, good evening, hi everybody, wherever you're joining us from around the world. This is Lee Oakey and Jeremy Bly presenting to you the iMarkets Live webinar. I hope you're all well. So good evening, Mr. Bly.
Good evening, Mr. Oakey.
How are we?
How are you?
How are you today?
I'm very, very well. It's not fantastic weather here in the UK. It's took a real turn for the worse, to be honest, and I feel the winter blues coming on. But then I remembered that I booked Las Vegas a couple of nights ago, so I'm obviously looking forward to that now.
Well, that's good news, and that's enough to cheer anybody up. What are you going to Vegas for?
Oh, iML are doing a launch, a massive launch actually. Did you hear about it?
I didn't know. Interesting.
Yeah, 19th of September. It's going to be bonkers. It's really going to be good.
That'll be something. That'll be an event to go to.
Yeah, unfortunately though, because obviously I booked a 10-day Vegas trip, it did cost me a pair of curtains
I saw that
for
today.
shopping for curtains all day yesterday, which so it didn't go down particularly well, obviously. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it, and glad to be on the call tonight to really kind of let everybody know what's happening. We've got 9 days to go and counting. Obviously, is the headline we've got for the webinar. And it really is that. It's about utilising everything you can to obviously make the most of this opportunity.
Agreed. I think what we want to do is, obviously there's a lot of people here that are listening and joining the first time. Let's just tell you what we're going to go through. As Jeremy just mentioned, we're going to talk about the 9 days and counting. First of all, could you just stick a Y in the box to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear? That would be a great help. I want to make sure that we're coming through. Got a yes from Peter, which is great. He must have been ready with the keyboard. Excellent. So most people can hear us, which is good news. What we're going to go through is we're going to take a look at some slides, although my PowerPoint seems to be playing up here at the moment, so we might do this in reverse order while I sort that out. But we're going to also talk about the 9 days, as Jeremy's just mentioned, 9 days and counting. There are 9 days left of founder membership. So we really need to look at how we're going to maximise that, and we'll spend some time going through what you guys should be doing in order to ensure that you bring as many people into IML before the 19th of September. And we're also going to talk about compliance, which is really important. We want to make sure that everybody is absolutely clear what is an acceptable message and what isn't an acceptable message to be putting out there. And there's been a number of issues this week. And it's understandable. People are very excited with what's going on. And of course, are wanting to tell everybody. But there are ways and means of being able to do that. What we can't do under any circumstances is start to broadcast and put things out in the public domain that simply are not true. And I can assure you that IML are going to be taking an extremely tough stance on it. We'll be telling you exactly what that is, and we want them to take that tough stance, because the last thing that we want them to do is to fall foul of any particular body by the fact that affiliates are posting messages out there inappropriately. So we're going to spend some time taking a look at that. Jeremy, why don't you just take us through while I'm trying to sort out my PowerPoint slide here that's not behaving? Why don't you take us through what is currently on the table? So for anybody that's just joining us and looking at this for the first time, we're going to tell you a little bit about the offers that are in place for you to join as a founder member as of today through to the 18th of September.
Sure. Okay. Look, this is a massive, massive opportunity to come into a global company as a founder member. Now, I can imagine through most people's life, you won't have that opportunities like this come along very, very often, if seldom at all. And it's if you join between now and the 18th of September, you join iMarkets Live, you will be recognised as a founder member within this company. Now, that gives you a real host of benefits financially. There's some stuff being launched at Vegas, which really is kind of really going to put into perspective how things are going to work going forward. And I can tell you now that there is massive, massive benefits for becoming a founder member. The first thing it actually does is it gives you an 8% commission on anybody within your downline on their monthly membership fee, which is currently $247 a month. So it works out for every single member in your downline, you can be bringing in, you can have a monthly recurring income of $19.76. Now, as a founder member, you currently, if you get personally refer 2 people, it actually unlocks your matrix levels 1 to 4. Now, all that means is that when your matrix is filled through levels 1 to 4, it is worth a residual income to you in excess of $2,000. Now, what I'm not saying, we're not giving a guarantee of that is what you will earn. This is obviously when your matrix is unlocked, it means that a combined effort of you, your team, your downline, your upline, and the company, if that matrix is filled to all 4 levels, pays you in excess of $2,000 a month. If you personally refer 6, it unlocks more levels on your matrix. Now, it's a 3x8 matrix, which I'm not going to go too much into. What I would suggest you do is obviously go to your inviter, the person who invited you here, and ask them to explain the matrix system to you, which we are going to touch on anyway now. But the bottom line is, this is an opportunity. I can go through how many people you personally refer, what the matrix is, but there will never be as good an opportunity as you got now, obviously as a founder member. The other thing that's happening between now and the 18th, anybody that you bring in, you will get a fast start bonus of $400. And there is also a Vegas bonus on the table where if you refer 2 people and you go to Vegas, you can collect $200 as a bonus on stage. If you refer 6 people, you can get an $800 bonus on stage. And if you can refer 9 people, you can grab a $1,700 bonus on stage. So, you might be thinking, well, networking, I've been doing this a long time. I could easily get 9 people within a week, and you've got the ability to do that. So there's lots and lots on the table. Most important thing, forget the bonus, forget the fast start training, is get in and become a founder member, because financially it is a not to be missed opportunity. So are we ready with the
Yeah, we're all good, Jeremy.
slides, Mr.
Thank you.
Raven?
I think the important thing, as Jeremy's just said, to emphasise here is that you've got an opportunity for somebody to join now as a founder member and get things that will not be, let me emphasise, will not be available after the launch of Vegas. For example, you've got 2 months membership including the executive suite, $247 of membership included at the moment as a founder member. That is not going to be available after Vegas and after the company launch. That in itself is worth a lot, because it buys them some time to start to get familiar with the business and to in turn then start to get their 2 people in and trigger their downline. The matrix, I mean, we'll talk about that in a second in more detail, but quite simply, to have a facility, I think I've got around 85 people now in my downline, of which most of them I've never heard of. And that's what you get with a company-assisted spillover matrix, where the company are putting people into it, and of course that's going to happen in a much greater way once the launch takes place on the 21st of September. Other people above me are filling my matrix below because their levels are full and now it's flowing into ours. I'm obviously putting people in. People below me are putting people in. So it's coming in, as Jeremy said, from about 4 or 5 different angles. And all you need to know is that you're going to receive that residual monthly slice of that as we go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip through these slides just so that you're aware there are going to be ongoing one formal corporate webinar every single day. It'll either be done at 12 noon PST, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. Europe. So that midday slot here for me in California will be a very good time for you guys at 8 p.m. of an evening. That will be done every other day. It'll be alternating. I'm not sure which is which, but we'll be making an announcement. That's a corporate webinar hosted by one of the board of advisors together with a special guest. And it will be a full company presentation. It'll be this slide that you see here up until the launch in Vegas. And then there will be a completely new presentation taking over from the 21st, 22nd of September. So what you can start to do, and we'll be giving you those probably a week ahead, is start to send out and broadcast to your list and all of your contacts and let them know the times and the links for those webinars. That's corporate. Jeremy and I will be doing a separate team webinar or hangout for iMarkets Live once a week. And so we will be bringing to you the strategies that we are going to be using ourselves and little tips and tricks to help you grow your business, which will be aside from the corporate ones. But I think I've probably clarified that enough. So let's take a look at some of these slides. Quite simply, what is iMarkets Live? Well, it's the merging of two of the most powerful industries, and that's the stock market, Forex trading to be specific, and network marketing. In addition to that, obviously, you'll see here we've got a slide that what is iMarkets Live? Well, quite simply, Christopher Terry, I'll summarize this, had a vision. He's a multi-millionaire, doesn't need to be doing this, but really wanted to give people the likes of you and I an opportunity to change their lives for the better, to achieve that financial freedom. And what better way to do that than have 6 stellar traders in one corner sending us a signal on a day-to-day basis of the likely to be profitable trades that they are going to be doing or that they have just done, and we can simply mirror those with a great system that's in place. And that's what you're buying access into and paying a monthly subscription to utilize. Bear in mind with that, this is Christopher's background. You can see that he's been an educator and trader since 1998 in the futures, forex, and equity markets. He's now a speaker all over the world at many derivative conferences. You can see them at the bottom, and he's doing a couple of these very shortly. He educates and teaches traders around the globe who then go on themselves to be successful mentors. So very highly respected, and feel free to Google Christopher Terry at any point after this, and you'll see there's nothing but great reviews. The what if slide, well, very simple. You know, what if you could earn a new profession and earn while you're doing it? What if your income stopped today? What if you lost your job? How are you going to be able to maintain your lifestyle? And what if you could get connected to the education platform that is iMarkets Live and work at your own pace, being mentored by the best of in the industry? Well, a loaded question. We know the answers that it is iMarkets Live that give you that. There's just a quick snapshot of how the Forex market far exceeds everything on the stock market. So if you look at the New York, Tokyo, and London Stock Exchange, try and combine all those together, it doesn't come close to what is traded daily on the foreign exchange market. That's $5 trillion every single day. It's colossal.
It's phenomenal.
It is. It's just staggering. And I mean, we talk about $1 trillion. Can we ever get our head around that? It's so difficult to understand. All we want is a tiny, tiny slice of that. And let me tell you, you know, once you've got your signal service set up, and we're going to be spending some of our hangouts and webinars doing some training on to show you exactly how to do that. But there's plenty of people around now that can assist you with that. You should be really getting that together. And turning that on and starting to use your demo account now to see how good that is. And I promise you, you get a week into using your demo account and see that maybe 15 out of the 19 trades that have been signaled through to you were profitable. You start to see how invaluable and priceless this system is, and why people are prepared to pay $247 a month just for that alone. Some interesting facts which are on the screen. I won't go into those, but just give you an idea of obviously what the Forex market, how often it trades, so on. The mentors, well, we have many of those. I'm going to skip through this slide on this occasion. But the signaling service and the live education and trading service is really what this business is all about. There are 3 things. You've got the signal service. You have a live video feed through to the trading floor. You can interact and chat with the traders, asking questions if you want to know more. And there is a full training and educational platform for you to start to understand what Forex is all about. And if you genuinely would like to learn a completely new profession, then that is what is here for you. You can take your time in doing it. You can use the demo account, as we'll come on to very shortly, and ease in at your own pace. But I use this great analogy of or example of being given the winning lottery numbers. I see it very much like that. If we could, people have got their fingers burnt on the stock market because they genuinely don't know what they're doing. They like to dabble in it. Sounds a great thing to tell your friends about. But if you've got six guys in your corner who've been or have got a combined experience of over 100 years of trading between them. And here's three. I mean, Christopher Terry heads it up, but there are six other guys now that are on the floor. Nick Stoddard's 20 years experience, based in London, a great guy that comes on our hangouts and webinars from time to time. But it's these guys that have enjoyed financial freedom themselves that Christopher Terry has employed, that has helped them achieve their goals in life. And now they trade to generate a full-time income, and they're now sharing those trades with us. They're playing with their money and millions of other dollars of other people's money. So, do you think that they can be focused on making sure they're doing the right thing? Absolutely. And they've got a clear mandate from Christopher Terry himself to ensure that they're not sending through hundreds of trades to keep people happy. It's about being selective and sending the right trades through to us that are deemed to be, there's no guarantees, but they're deemed to be profitable.
Can I just jump in
please
here?
Do, yeah.
Yeah, I've obviously spoken to people over the last few weeks, and they've kind of had a look at the opportunity, and they've come back and said, well, iMarkets Live aren't the only company that do this. There's other companies that give signal services. And, going back from the last slide, I just want to point out really that this isn't just some robot signal service. These are real traders with access to a live trading room, trading in real time. And, this is education as well that you're going to receive. This isn't just some robotic signal service. This is absolutely 100% live as you see it, and actually see also why, explain. You can go in and ask questions in real time. This is nothing like anybody would have seen previously, and I think that's important to get across as well, because there are imitations out there and things that claim to do what we do. And this slide, Lee, you just brought up is, buy sell signal to your trading account within 0.008 seconds with built-in protective stops. I mean, that again, that's this isn't what these other things are doing.
You'll see here that one of the slides that we come on to, that there are, of course, courses you can go away on for a weekend. They charge you thousands of dollars to sit in a room for 48 hours and be suddenly an expert by the time you leave on Forex trading. Let me tell you that that's not possible. You're then high and dry. And this is where people have got their fingers burnt. And do you know what I've been so refreshed about? Is people that have done that, have made mistakes thinking that they could get the DVD, the T-shirt that tells them that they're now a Forex trader because they've been away on this course and spent thousands on the course. They've then gone in and made a real hash of it and lost a lot of money. And they've now come back and are just absolutely ecstatic that iML is here with six traders that they can glean from on a daily basis and make their moves mirroring the moves that these guys are doing themselves. And to have the power of that and to understand the value of what that brings to the party is extraordinary. To have the guys that are trading, that are responsible for making millions of dollars every day for other people, just sending you a green light saying this is the one to go for. It's just an unbelievable opportunity. And as Jeremy said, I don't know anything. I've had a look at some of these companies out there, and some of them will charge you $1,500 for half an hour's one-to-one on a telephone line. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is you having access to the guys that are doing this for real on a day-to-day basis and being able to interact with them.
to be able to build a rapport and a relationship with these 4 to 6 traders, these expert traders, is just something else as well. It's this is I'm absolutely blown away with it anyway, and I can't speak highly enough.
And one of the things that are coming, guys, is Christopher is going to separate and create different rooms. So there'll be a room created for people that are novices like me, that are coming in for the first time, and there's going to be an advanced room for people that are experienced in trading, so who understand the terminology and so on. So it's going to be broken down into several different rooms, and that's in the pipeline to happen very shortly. So everybody will find their own comfort level and to be able to be in the right place, to be able to grow and allow your account to mature in accordance with what you've learned. So yeah, fantastic. And you can see how it works. It's very simple. All you're going to need to do is you're going to need to switch your system on once and log off once every 24 hours. It takes 2 minutes. And for once, that phrase that wouldn't you like to be able to change your life with just 2 minutes a day, that most of us would laugh or cough at when they saw it on an advert. How real is that now in this business? You turn your system on, it takes 2 minutes to activate it, and you can then go out and leave your system on autopilot to do what you've asked it to do. Maybe it's to follow every trade with $100. Maybe it's $50. Maybe it's $1,000 or $10,000. It could be the demo account. It could be real money. But it will
So
do
you're
it.
telling me, sorry, Lee, you're telling me that if I'm at work, all right, I can just get up, have my breakfast, log into my computer, set it up for 2 minutes, and go to work. And then if a signal and a trade comes up, I can be at work and it will still do it all for me.
I can tell you better than that. You could be on the beach if you want to be, or on your
Well,
boat.
I mean, I wouldn't be at work because obviously, thanks to iML, I quit my job. But so I could be fishing.
You could be anywhere. As long as you turn it on.
Curtains.
You could be buying curtains for your wife again. Well, you see, she's got you nailed. You go to Vegas and she's got curtains.
Yeah.
Well, what
I
can we
still think
say?
I got the better deal.
I do too, actually, thinking about it. Curtains, Vegas curtains, not sure. Anyway, no, I go with Vegas every time. But yeah, that's it, guys. You can set it on autopilot. You set up the protocol that you want. There are protections built in. You play with your demo account. You play with your real money. The way I'm looking at it is I'm building up my account nicely from the people sharing side, which we're going to come on to. And then I'm going to take some of that people sharing, that networking money that's coming from what we're about to show you, and use that in my trading account when I'm comfortable with it. And so it's iML paying me again, really. So yeah, it's as simple as that. You haven't got to make moves. You haven't got to understand it. If you just simply want to try with the demo account, make sure that the signals that are coming through are profitable, and then go onto autopilot and not learn anything about Forex, you can do that. You've got the best of both worlds. And as it says here, that's just kind of reiterating what we've just been through. The educational room, well, as we've said, there's a whole resource here on the training platform of videos and ebooks and other resources, so you can really immerse yourself if you want to learn a new profession, and it's going to be Forex. It's all there for you. If you don't, then that's entirely your option. There's nothing compulsory about having to trade, or there's nothing compulsory about having to refer and people share. It's a choice. My suggestion is you do both. You'd be crazy if you don't, but that's entirely up to you. As I said, we're going to go through some of these. I won't go through the testimonials. There's heaps of those and more to be added, but about what people are saying about IML now. And some of those we've already alluded to by people that have had their fingers burnt. Here's the other systems that are out there that are available for you. And as you can see, the prices are staggering and there is no competition. I mean, if anybody can find another company out there, and be aware, there's a lot of people now trying to capture the people coming into iMarkets Live because so many people are joining. Somebody sent me a blog the other day and said, oh, I've just received, my son sent this to me, warning me about iMarkets Live. I said, oh, interesting. Flick it over. Let me take a look. And sure enough, what was it? Well, it was a blog. And anybody that knows anything about internet marketing, you'll understand that what a lot of these bloggers do is that they write about is iMarkets Live a scam? Question mark, question mark. And what they then do is it's targeting keywords. They then write a whole load of description. Hopefully people that are in iMarkets Live or thinking about joining iMarkets Live will read it, read what they've put in, and sure enough, what are they trying to do? Actually to get you to click on a link and join another business. So it's just a clever bit of marketing. But there is nothing out there that I am aware of where there are 6 expert traders working for you on your behalf 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, covering New York, London, and Tokyo. It's just not available. And that's what makes this so ingenious, so innovative, and why it's capturing the imagination of the globe at the moment. I won't recap. I think we've covered it enough. So let's just talk about what you get up until the 18th of September. So for those of you that are already building your teams, it's important for you to understand. Jeremy started with it. I think he's dying at the end of the call. But it is important that you know and the information is correct that you can share with your team. All right, you've got the live trading education room, 6 expert traders. You've got 2 months of the executive suite trade signal service. So that's that $247 for 60 days already prepaid. So you've got nothing further to pay other than your one-time payment of $1,500. There are bonuses, as Jeremy's already explained, $400 for every person you bring into the business before the 18th of September. Just think about that. Find 6 people and get yourself $2,400 that are paid within 7 days. There are running out rapidly because it finishes tomorrow, but you've got the Las Vegas bonus itself. So have a big push for those of you that are already in it. It finishes midnight tomorrow to qualify for the Las Vegas bonus. As Jeremy said, get 2 people and you've got yourself $200 to collect on stage. Get 6 and you've got $800. Get 9, you've got $1,700. But that finishes at midnight tomorrow, Eastern Time, USA. The rest of the bonuses will run on through. And remember, there is a $2 million challenge, which we'll talk about right at the end. So don't go anywhere on that front. So let's look at the flip side. What's the other side to the earning potential with iMarkets Live? Well, it is what we all do. It's people sharing. It's recommending something that you are so amazed by that you've got to tell other people. And we do it naturally. But what about getting paid for doing it? It's so easy to do. If you go to a great restaurant and you have a phenomenal meal, or you have great service somewhere else at another business, you naturally can't help yourself but to tell other people about it. And iML are going to pay you for actually doing that. So let's show you how it works. I'm going to skip on one slide. Quite simply, Jeremy, do you want to go through the slide? You're welcome to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so how much would you be willing to pay for a complete career change? 3x8 matrix, left to right, top to bottom. So as you can see, obviously, on the slide, you've got yourself there, and for every single person within the matrix, they have 3 people below them in the matrix. Those people below are what's known as your level 1. Okay, so there's 3 people in your level 1. In turn, each of those people have 3 people below them, which that would be known obviously as your level 2. And obviously, but you can see there's 9 people. So far, just in 2 levels, you've got 12 people that could potentially be within your downline. Now again, those people in level 2, they're going to have 3 people each below them in the downline. So obviously, if you work that out again, it should actually work out to be another 27 people. Okay, so with your level 3, you're actually then up to 39 people, and so it goes on. And in actual fact, what you've got is obviously all the way down to level 8. There's actually, just in level 8 itself, there's 6,561 positions. But if you add all of those levels together, that is what you'd actually have within your downline. I'm not sure what level the whole 8 levels is. I know from level 1 to 6, it works out to be 1,092 people. Now it says you do the math, and I'd like you to actually do that. If you have got a calculator spare, you know, all you need to do is to tap in 1,092 people times $19.76 per month, and that will give you an idea of the kind of money that you can earn with iMarkets Live just by sharing the opportunity. So this is nothing to do with the trading side of as an income stream. This is purely just from the networking side, and obviously having conversations and doing the hangouts and so forth with Christopher Terry. You know, we can see that the vision is that, you know, people can come in, share the opportunity, and with the money they make from sharing the opportunity, they've got an opportunity to build a very, very nice trading account, you know, and that's really the idea. Now, we spoke about obviously the benefits of a founder member. Now, that 8% is there for founder members. After launch, that will go down to 7%. Well, you might think, well, the difference between 8% and 7% on $19, you know, on a $247 isn't a massive amount. But once your matrix get filled and you've got a vast amount of numbers in it, it makes a big, big difference on the monthly thing. Now, I'm here to tell you that if you actually get 12, if you personally refer 12 people, you will become a national director, and it actually unlocks levels 1 to 8. So if you look there, there's 9,840 people. If your matrix was to be completely filled, and there's no guarantee or time as to when that would happen, all I would say is that if you're in a proactive team and you've got good people around you as well as you're taking action yourself, your matrix will fill up very, very, very easily. So, you know, that's an absolutely amazing amount of money. Now, when you're locked in as a founder member, there's no time limit as to when you need to get those 12 people and become a national director. So, you know, if you were to get one person a month that you shared this opportunity with, within 12 months, you would have unlocked levels 1 to 8 on your matrix, okay, which is you know, and I know we banned it around, but it's kind of used probably a little bit too much in my opinion. But with this opportunity, it really does make it a life-changing opportunity. And everybody I've shown it to has said, you know, they can clearly see it's a life-changing opportunity. And,
Jeremy, it's really important that everybody gets this, and
yeah,
I think your explanation
definitely.
is perfect. This is critical for you to understand. I've written on the screen there, and forgive me for the text. I have to use my touchpad to do it. But you need to understand where the money is coming from, because if you don't, you might be skeptical that this is sustainable. You've got to understand that people are paying $247 to use the trading platform per month. You are getting paid 8%, only 8% of that money. That's $19.76 from everybody that appears in your downline below you. And if that has to be paid to 8 people because it's going down 8 levels, do the maths. 8 times 20 bucks is $160. There's still plenty in the pot from the 247. So it's completely sustainable. And the point Jeremy's just made is absolutely spot on. And that is, there is no desperate urgency. You've got to be focused. And I think the idea of just find one, do something that's realistic. We'd all like 20 people tomorrow. But could you find one person a month in 30 days by talking to people? Of course you can. And if it takes you 12 months to unlock right the way down to beyond level 8 and so on, look at the numbers involved, and the matrix will start to fill up substantially. It's already filling now. Let me tell you, I've been in the business probably nearly 3 weeks now, and I've got over 80 people below me in the matrix, most of which I've never heard of. They're coming from people above me, so that means up here I've got obviously a sponsor directly above me. And let me tell you, this is why you're in such a good position and why you need to get people to take action now. There are only 3 people above me to the top of the company. So being a spillover matrix, what happens is as they fill their levels, it just flows down. And as their levels are full, people have got to be placed in the matrix somewhere. That's the way it's going to work. And when the company launches on the 21st of September, it's going to literally everybody joining the company direct that's not been referred to the company via an associate just gets placed in the matrix, and it just cascades down the levels. And that's how suddenly in the last 2 to 3 weeks, I've got 80 odd people below me. Now, I'm not doing anything miraculous. I'm not doing anything different to what you guys are doing. I'm just in the matrix in a decent location, very close to the top of the company. And that's all because we've been very fortunate enough to be introduced this business in pre-launch. That is the point you need to get across to people thinking of joining. These things come around. Jeremy, you call it the World Cup offer, don't you?
Yeah, it comes around every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
And there's no guarantee you're going to qualify.
Well, exactly. I mean, you can just keep going with that. It's like a pundit from Match of the Day. But that's the importance of it. And look at the numbers at the bottom here. I mean, you might think that they're ridiculous, but let me tell you, I mean, I've already unlocked by really going hammer and tong with this. I've unlocked myself right the way down here to the 8 levels. So I know that as the company matrix fills, I'm going to have 9,840 people eventually in my matrix downline. Do I want to be paid $19.76 from each one of those? You bet I do. And if it means that you open up because you've referred 2 people, you've opened up here to level 4, that's 120 people at a level 4 by just referring 2 people. Do the maths. 120 times 1976. Jeremy's already told you. It's about $2,300. You refer.
Yeah, well, I've told my missus it only goes up to level 4, mate, after the old cut.
Yeah, the rest is going into another account on the Cayman Islands somewhere.
That's right.
Yeah, very good. But you need to just set yourself a plan and start to put in place what you're going to do in order to make this happen. It's a staggering opportunity. Yes, there are some great stuff on the table. And let me tell you that we're both very fortunate to know what's happening in Vegas. And what's going to be launched on the 21st of September will be mind-blowing. So things aren't suddenly going to stop and it's all over. It's going to escalate. It's going to go the other way. And you're going to have people joining this business from all over the world, from the hundreds of thousands of dollars that have been thrown into marketing this business globally from the 21st of September onwards. And therefore, you need to ask yourself, how much of this slice of cake here do I want? Do I want to be here and therefore have 120 people? Do I want to be here and have 1,092 people? Or do I want to keep going? And you can do that over a period of time. There is no time restraints for you to bring and recruit in. Once you're locked in for life. And
yeah, we've got the tools to help you, haven't we?
We have, absolutely. And there's more tools being launched in Vegas. So there's a great platform that the company are going to be able to give you to be able to communicate with people that have opted in to squeeze pages and things like that. So, they're going to give you every opportunity of making a huge success and changing your life with this. So it's something that you've got to grasp, you've got to go out, you've got to be excited about, and you've got to tell everybody that you come into contact what this opportunity could do for them. Now, one of the things we haven't mentioned is Christopher Terry took $2 million of his own money, his own wealth, and decided that there wasn't enough already out there to excite everybody. And so there is $5,000 for you as somebody. And I asked for pledges last week, and let me tell you, I was blown away. And some of you have still yet to get those pledges back to me. And I do need that information because it's going to help Jeremy and I plan on what we can do for you in the way of support going forward. But what you've got on the table here is if you can find 20 new members, new personal referrals up until the 1st of November. So break that down in what you need to do a week or a month and keep it in small bite-sized pieces. There's $5,000 that we pay to you between the 1st and 7th of December, pre-Christmas money. for just talking to people about this opportunity.
Merry Christmas, Lee. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jeremy. I don't know what I'm going to do with my 5,000, but I'm going to get it. That's for sure. And with plenty of time for all of us to hit that target. 1st of November is cut off. You've just got to start to use the tools that we're already using, and we're getting hundreds and hundreds of people wanting to find out about this opportunity. I've just put down the phone this morning to somebody in LA, a lady by the name of Loretta. She's not ready quite to get started today. I won't go into her financial details, but she's joined. She's going to get into this and want to have a look at this. And we're talking to people like that all the time, day in, day out.
I think the thing is, Lee, the first thing you do is you decide that you're going to hit it. You decide that you're going to get your 20 people in the 90 days, and then you work out how you're going to do it. But first you need to decide that you are going to do it. And I think once you kind of make kind of decisions and say, right, this is what I'm going to go for, your mind will automatically start creating ways in which you're going to do it. And I know a lot of people might think that's all psycho, babble rubbish, but it really is. 99% of all of this is your attitude, and you won't ever find an easier thing to share with people. You really won't. I mean, I've spoke to people that have always been very anti anything on the internet, and the moment they've seen this, it's a totally different view. Totally different.
Well, the difference here is this is a real business. This is a product with huge value. People understand it, they get it, they love the fact that it's Forex, they love the fact that they're being guided by experts, they love the fact that if it is as good as it is, then they're going to tell other people about it. It's so easy. And who wouldn't want to change their life financially? Who wouldn't want $5,000 on December the 7th? And as Jeremy said,
absolutely.
Just say, that's what I want, thank you very much, and just do it. And ask us how you can do it. If you're not sure, talk to us or talk to your inviter and sponsor. And we have the tools now to make sure that you achieve. I want everybody in our Moneymaker Network group that's involved in iMarkets Live to be collecting a $5,000 check or have it put straight in your account or on your prepaid card on the 7th of December. And we'll do everything that we can to help you achieve that. I do want you to come back with your pledges for how many people you'll have in place by the 22nd of October and how many people you'll have in place by the 31st of December. For those of you who were on last week's call, I asked for that information because it's going to help us, and you'll see when Vegas launches the relevance of these rankings. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about that now. Vegas. Well, as you probably heard, it's going to be an extraordinary corporate launch. It's probably in one of the most prestigious venues in the world, the Grand Ballroom in the Bellagio Hotel on the Strip in Vegas. And it's a 3-day event where you're going to be able to interact with everybody that's going, and there are hundreds of people going. You're going to be able to share ideas, find out what's working for them, how they're referring this to other people very easily. You're going to be able to talk to the traders. You're going to be able to watch live trading and training that's going on. There's, of course, some fantastic fun, phenomenal prizes being given away to, I understand, 50% of the attendees will be leaving with a substantial prize. And we're not talking about a t-shirt, we're talking about something with a high ticket value. If you've paid your $1,500, then you've already got your ticket to Vegas to get into that event. You've just got to work out how you're going to get there, and I would urge everybody to try and get there. There are places still available, but you need to be quick and take action now if you want to come. And more to the point, if you can get your 9 people in, even 6 people will pay $800. That's your flight there and back for Europe. That's most of it covered. And I know a number of
Can I just jump in here, Lee, as well? And I know, times are hard and everything else, but if you're investing your time and your money into a business, and you want to be very, very successful at it, you've got to get to the events. You really have got to get to the events. I've been around online for about 3 years now, and a lot of the people I speak to, and if you see someone who's had it tough or whatever, and I often ask them, what was the turning point for you? And the amount of people that say, I went to an event. Because the thing is, when you go to an event, you're going to see that people, they're just the ordinary people like you. You can go there, have a chat with somebody who's producing the figures face to face, because it's all right seeing people on the webinars and the Google Hangouts that are doing well and being successful on the YouTube videos. When you actually meet them in person and realise that they put their pants on the same way as you do, they're exactly the same as you, they're just doing certain things that you could be doing, it will be a game changer for you, because your mind will you'll straight away think it's possible. Because sometimes with an online business, it's almost like you're in a bit of a bubble and everything else. And when you actually go to these events, you'll see how real it really is. And if you can possibly get to Las Vegas, don't think about the money it's going to cost you to get to Las Vegas, because I'll guarantee you, when you go there and you mix with like-minded entrepreneurs, networking with people and the top leaders, it's going to really change your business forever. And I can't really hit home any more than I have. And I just really want to get the message across that if you can any way of getting to Vegas and you don't, you're missing a trick big time.
And more importantly, I offered to buy you a beer or a glass of wine. So, that should be good enough in itself.
That's it. And sharing it between 100 people, though.
It's not bad. They'll each have a straw. It's nice and simple.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that at all. So, guys, that's Vegas. I can't wait. It's literally around the corner now. And looking forward to it immensely. I think it's going to be a huge bonanza. They're going to make so much noise. There's so many things planned. It will be extraordinary. I'm going to just make sure that we don't lose people on here. We're going to be doing a Q&A very shortly. So any questions that you've got, you want us to answer, this is an opportunity each week to be able to ask those questions. We'll give you the honest answers. And most importantly now, we're going to talk about compliance. And this is really important. So please listen up. You need to make sure you're clear in what you can and cannot put out into the public domain about iMarkets Live. Now, let me tell you first of all that the company will not tolerate anybody that is posting inaccurate information, that is clearly misleading, untruthful maybe is to the worst extreme. But, we've seen it with other businesses where somebody falls foul and puts ridiculous claims into publications, national publications, local publications, that, the company has to try and control. Now, Jeremy and I sit on the board of advisors. I can tell you that we echo the company's stance on this 200%. And if I find anybody in my team that doesn't run something by me, and that's the key here, or by Jeremy, or by corporate, if you've got an advert that you want to put out there, then I strongly advise you to ensure that it goes through Jeremy, myself, or corporate before you post it. And an ad could be an email, it could be a classified ad, it could be absolutely anything that is in the public domain.
YouTube videos, blogs.
Anything at all.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you the sort of things that we're talking about. Somebody that would post something out there that says refer to people and you're guaranteed to earn $2,500. That ain't right. That is totally unacceptable. There is no guarantee in place for such a claim, first of all. It just is a question of piecing it together and wording it in the right way. You can say that by referring two people to iMarkets Live, you will trigger a matrix where you are qualified to receive earnings from up to 120 people. However you want to word it, but by all means, don't worry about the wording. If you want to take action, but make sure that whatever it is that you're going to send out is run by either Jeremy, myself, or corporate.
I think the interesting thing there is as well, Lee, that is, pretty weak marketing. And I think the other thing, what it does encourage people to do is, do you want people within your team that sit there, get two people and then do nothing? This is, you're looking for people that want to build a business. You're looking at people that want to get to, go up the ranks and everything else as well, and sell it in the right way. Because I'll tell you now, if you're putting that kind of advert out and that kind of message, you're just going to attract lazy people that don't want to do anything. And that's not what this is about. And I think a lot of people think that online marketers, we come along and we pretty much do nothing, and we make all this money on autopilot and everything else. It's true to a certain extent, but you have to put the hard work in to start with to get your business into that kind of position. And it is a fairly weak marketing message to do that. And I have people say, well, how quickly will the company fill up my matrix? How quickly? I'm very confident the company will be putting people in my matrix left, right, and centre. But do you think I'm going to sit down and rely on the company to fill my matrix? Absolutely no way. I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing, being consistent, marketing my business, and sharing this fantastic opportunity. I think the other thing as well with compliance, and one of the messages I want to get across. I mean, I've been involved with a company. I'm not going to mention any names, and I think most of you on here will probably know who that is. But the problem is compliance has been thought about. It's kind of after the horse has bolted kind of thing, and it can get out of control very quickly. It can go. If the company don't get a handle on it and control it right from the beginning, it will just become an animal that is out of control, and there'll be so much stuff out there. And I mean, me and Lee, we were so chuffed to be, asked to be on the board of advisors, and we will pull out all the stops that we can to ensure that this company is around for the next 10, 15, 20 years. And what I don't want you to do, though, I don't want you to be afraid to market, because I know a previous company that I've sort of touched on, I think what happened before, people's accounts were getting closed, and then I think people were scared to put their stuff through to compliance for the fear of just having their account shut down. I mean, one thing I will say, providing you do it in the right way, so if you put a bit of content and you go through either myself and Lee, or you email it to compliance@imarketslive.com, you don't have to have the fear that your account is going to get shut down. Providing you do it in the right way, which means you put it through compliance before you put it out there on the net, you will be absolutely fine. Even if what you put in through to isn't compliant, don't worry about it. That's what it's there for. It's there to help you correct any errors before you put it online. Do not put it online and then go to compliance, because you could get your account shut down.
We've had examples of that over the weekend, of people having to backtrack rapidly, and some of the statements that were out there, I have to tell you, were ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I was embarrassed, Lee. I was embarrassed when I saw
and what's disappointing is it's come from some of our downline, and I just think sometimes people just have to have a look at, and in fact, I think with some of the statements that are out there was less chance of people joining, because people just must have looked at what was on there and just thought, well, that's just ridiculous, that's just too good to be true, and wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. If you explain it in the right way, it's very simple. But I don't want to leave this on a negative. There is no problem about marketing. All you've got to do is flick over what you need, verifying. I've told you the routes that you can do that, but please be clear. If you decide not to do it and you go in your own direction and you don't get it approved, whatever it is that you want to have checked, and it will be a quick turnaround, it's not going to hold you up, probably 24 hours maximum, and given obviously the timeframes of who you send it to and time zones and so on. But if you go out there and post something, there is virtually a zero tolerance policy. It'll be one letter and you're gone. That means your account closed, and whatever money you put in there is no more. So please just do it the right way. I don't want to alarm you. There's no reason to be alarmed. All you've got to do is just decide on what you're going to do. And if it's an email you're going to broadcast out and you're not sure, please don't ask us to write the emails for you. We haven't got time to do that. But write the emails, put it down, flick it across. We'll take a look at it, and just come back to you and say, yeah, you're fine, away you go. If it's an advert, the same thing applies. So just please make sure you do that in the right way.
Yeah, we don't want you to stop marketing. That's the last thing we want you to do. And I think that, we have, in fairness to some people, I don't think it's, I don't think anybody's purposely meant. A lot of it is misconstruing it and everything else. But we don't want you to stop marketing. It's really important that we do it in the right way. We've got
We
such
have to do the same thing. Sorry, Jeremy, I know I'm talking over you. We have to do the same thing. We have to present these webinars. We have to, explain things in the right way. And is there anything that you've heard today that you don't think was put across in the right way? The message is great. It doesn't need to be fluffed up any more than it is. We've explained the matrix. It's phenomenal. Just make sure you put it in the same vein, and there'll be absolutely no issues.
Yeah, just a little tip, guys. If you kind of look at the slides in the presentation and make sure that your verbiage and everything else that you're using is similar, if not identical, to what's on the company presentations, you're going to be fine. There's no point straying away from that. It's, look at the PowerPoint presentations, get your kind of almost get your ideas from that, and use it as almost a template for what you're going to put out there. And if you're doing that, that you're going to be, all the slides that you see in these webinars and everything else are all company approved, and actually, designed by the company. So that's got to be a kind of template that you need to be using, really.
Great stuff. So let's just throw over to questions. We're pretty much there. If there's anything at all that you'd like to ask, feel free to do so. We'll do our best. If we can answer it on air, we will, of course. If not, we'll ask you just to, we'll do a one-to-one with you. Steve Goodwin has asked, when's the next batch of solo ads going out, Jeremy?
Right, okay. Well, we're waiting, obviously, for the ads to reach the number we needed to do, which was 10,000 clicks. We have to order at a minimum of 10,000 clicks. Pleased to say that we had lots of orders coming in over the weekend. So everything's going to go over to the solo ad company by tomorrow morning at the latest. So if you haven't ordered your clicks by close of play tonight or very, very first thing in the morning, you're going to miss the second batch. So now is the time to obviously order the clicks. I also need to prepare all the links for the rotators and everything else as well. So if you're intending to buy them, please don't just leave it till tomorrow morning to be awkward. Just please get your orders obviously in as soon as possible. Once I get the links over, I've got a very good relationship with the solo ad company. They normally get the ads. I mean, they've been fantastic, Lee, to be honest. And they'll get the links. They'll probably get the ads live for us within an hour of me getting over to them. So traffic is imminent. Expect leads within the next 24 hours, Steve.
And can I also add to that please make sure that not only you, but every person beneath you that you have brought into the business has got a sales funnel. They are available. They're free of charge for anybody in the downline or direct upline. And if obviously you've got anybody that shows an interest that's got no connections with us at all, they are available free of charge if somebody wants to book some click advertising as well. We're just purely looking to cover the cost of the build. And we have to pay somebody to do that. So it is your responsibility to make sure that your referrals that you've brought in personally are equipped with the tools to grow their business. And if you're not doing that, you're not doing the basics. They need the sales funnel. They should be placing orders in for ads to drive people to the sales funnels, and away you go. Don't have to spend a fortune. They just need to get it rolling. Steve, different Steve this time, asks if someone joins after the 22nd of September and is then getting a different percentage and no $400 for the personal referral, but you do get 20 or more prior to the 1st of November. We're talking about the $2 million bonus here. Will Christopher Terry still pay the $5,000 in December, or is the $5,000 check for founder members only? No. The $5,000 is not for founder members only. It will be repackaged and re-emphasized at Vegas. It runs, of course, right the way through to the 1st of November and is available for anybody that gets 20 personal referrals into the business by the 1st of November, irrespective of whether you're a founder member or not. What I will allude to is there will also be some excellent bonuses launched in Vegas. Watch this space. Is there a webinar tonight or a hangout at 8 o'clock? 8 p.m. No, I don't believe so. There is a webinar today. I need to check on timing for you guys. It's a corporate webinar, and it will probably be done either at, well, it won't be done now. It'll probably be done for the US, I suspect, a little later on. But I'll check that in a moment before you guys go and just give you the update on the information. Steve Goodwin says, is it round the corner for me? Well, no, not quite. Almost, you're right, Steve. It's about an hour's flight for me. So very lucky. Absolutely makes it easy for me to get to. No, you can't say it's impossible not to make money. That is incorrect and hopefully, totally, if I could say it, inappropriate. Of course,
you'll have your account closed.
Yeah, of course, it's impossible.
Before you could say impossible
to not make money. If you pay your money, don't do anything, don't refer anybody, and don't trade, how are you going to make money? I'm not quite sure how you would. So no, that cannot be used under any circumstances. Hi guys, this is being recorded. Just called it at the wrong time. Joe, yes, I have got a recording. It will be made available. Steve Goodwin, not going to go into that. That's great. Not relevant for here. Gillian Houghton, what do people get for personal referrals if not $400 after the launch? Gillian, you need to go to Las Vegas, my dear. We'll tell you in Las Vegas. That's the whole reason of a Las Vegas launch. There are going to be some phenomenal incentives. And let me just really give you one tip. What you should be focusing on is moving through the ranks. What do I mean by that? For those of you that get 2 people, you become a manager. For those of you that get 6, you become a team director. If you get 9, a regional director, 12 means a national director, and 15 is an international director. You're top of the tree. There will be a huge incentive for you to push on and reach the next level. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it had to be, didn't there, Lee? I mean, you know.
Of course it did.
The company's got to. There's got to be things in after the launch for it. I mean, this isn't some program. This is a company that's a real business. It's going to be around for years and years to come. And like Lee said, I mean, I'm so excited about what's been announced about, and I'm actually a little bit gutted that kind of I can't say anything because I want to, but I can't. But Lee's absolutely right. Get yourself to Vegas. Just get yourself to Vegas, Joe.
Guys, I think that's pretty much it. If there's any more questions, Gillian says, sorry, not going to Las Vegas. Well, yeah, we're sorry too, Gillian. I would have bought you a lovely drink. I would have even made it a cocktail with an umbrella and a cherry and all that in there. But anyway, clearly that's not going to work anymore. But what we will say is, please make sure, let me re-emphasize, you've got 9 days to go. What is on the table now, let me emphasize, is not going to be equivalent to what will be launched at Vegas. So there is still a huge reason, you'll have to trust me on that, for people to get started now. If they don't and they leave it because they think, oh, I'll wait to see what's happening in Vegas, big mistake. All right, let me recap. 8% locked in for life. 2 months executive suite subscription already included. $400 a month for referring somebody. Las Vegas bonus, $2 million challenge. That's what you need. Those will not be on the table. 8% locked in for life certainly won't be on the table. So make sure you do whatever you can. Use the 9 days. Market your system. Jeremy's given you an opportunity here to ensure that you and all of your team can have your sales funnel and have people going to the sales funnel. Let me tell you, the results and responses that we had over the last week have been outstanding, from the marketing that Jeremy has put together and the sales funnel that is explaining the business. Loads and loads of people opting in, loads of people asking for more information about the company. All you've then got to do is give them that information. It couldn't be
Yeah,
easier.
just going to say as well, Lee, the emails are starting to work their magic as well now. You know, I've had a couple of callback requests over the weekend from people that opted in, you know, 4, 5, 6 days ago. So, you know, this is the thing. Don't panic if you've got some leads and you've got some call when you haven't had any sales from it yet. You know, this is about building your list and building a relationship with that list and sending them, emailing them links to these hangouts, webinars, and everything else that we're doing. And if you're doing it consistently, week in, week out, you're going to have an army of people when you're going to be an international director.
And you know, I was delighted, just as a final note, with the pledges that were made last week, the number of people that looked at it objectively and said, well, by October the 22nd, Lee, you've asked me how many people I'm going to get in. I'm possibly going to get in between 2 and 6. But by Christmas, by New Year's Eve, with all the marketing that I've got available, I will be an international director. I will have 15 people that I would have personally referred to this business by Christmas. And I'm going to start taking action now and make sure it happens. And I was just blown away. I would think probably 60% of the people came back with that as their target for December. And, you know, that's not unrealistic. The tools are on the table. You can do that very, very easily. And you just need to get on and take action. So go to it, guys. We've got 9 days to go. Bring as many people in as you can. And if you need assistance, there is now Jeremy, Julia, and myself more than happy to help you. Thanks for
Sorry,
tuning
Lee,
in. Go ahead,
Lee,
Jeremy.
sorry, just before we go, I just thought it was worth mentioning, for those of you that weren't on the leadership call as well, just something you can be doing to get people in. We've had a lot of people giving away their $400 of commissions to get people to join. Don't give away all your money, guys. That's your commission. You know, that's what we're here to do. So what has been effective for myself and other people that are doing it is offer the people that you bring in. If you're going to offer them something of value. Offer to buy them some clicks. Okay, it will only cost you $200 for a 250 click package, so you're still making $200, but you're actually giving them something of real value. Because if they're worried about how they're going to get people in, it doesn't matter if you give them $400, they're still going to be stuck. So just on that note as well, I just wanted to add that in, and yeah, that's me done.
Nice. Good luck, guys. Look forward to helping you this week. This week is huge. We're going to be busting our backsides to ensure that everybody has got numbers coming in, traffic going out, sales funnels working overtime, and we're here pretty much 24/7 now, round the clock between the US and UK to give you the support you need. So it's down to you now. We'll give you all the help that you need. Just get on with it, get it done. And let's make a huge success of this business. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll put an update in the Facebook groups and the chat rooms on the webinars for the week ahead. Speak to you soon.
Excellent. Cheers, guys. Cheers, Lee.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Cheers.